The human species is unique in its ability to expand its functionality by finding new cultural tools about culture, rather than arithmetic, science, or recent inventions. Our brains do not have enough time to evolve for them, by reason that they were made possible because blank. When we learn to read, we recycle a specific region of our visual system known as the visual word form area. So visualize words into images, enabling us to recognize strings of letters and connect them to language areas. Okay, so there's a difference between letters and languages. Likewise, when we learn Arabic numerals, we build a circuit to quickly convert those shapes into quantities. Oh, so from literal patterns that we see in our eyes to the construct idea that is the meaning behind the words. That's what you're saying. A fast connection from bilateral visual areas. Oh, bilateral. So, like, you know those diagrams we learned in the science class? So, basically, like this. I don't know. A fast connection from bilateral visual areas to the parietal quantity area. So it's about Arabic numerals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. A fast connection from bilateral visual to a parietal quantity. So that's what I talked about before, just in a more specific manner. Even an invention as elementary as finger counting changes our connective abilities dramatically. Amazonian people who have not invented counting are able to make exact calculations as simple as, say, 6 minus 2. This cultural recycling implies that the functional architecture of the human brain results from a complex mixture of biological and cultural constraints. So, like, in the way that the human brain is built, it comes from a complex mixture of biological and cultural constraints. We invented new cultural tools or constraints, but that resulted in expanding the human brain's functionality. So it's recycling. So we basically feed over ourselves, in a sense. Not the first one, I don't think so. They do put the limit, but not on cultural diversity. Instead, I think our brains actually encourage cultural diversity. I think option 2 still remains, I would say, relevant, so I'll keep that. Cultural tools stabilize our brain functionality. That's a good one too. I don't think option 4 is like possible to put into the blank. We cannot adapt ourselves to natural change. Okay, so it's between 2 or 3, basically. We can mobilize our old areas in novel ways. The word recycling really, I would say, validates this statement. Old areas in novel ways. That's a really good way to rephrase recycling, if I have to say so. Cultural tools stabilize our brain functionality. I think that really correlates to the example of the Amazonian people. I think it's true, because it's speaking to our brains would not evolve, but rather recycle. And the stabilizing of brain functionality part of option 3, I would say, is really comes down to the next part of the explanation after the blank. So that's not really the business of the blank, you see? Okay, pray for me, guys. Oh no! Wait a minute. Guys, I got it right. It's true. Yes, it's true. You have to really analyze each sentence, because sometimes if you missed like the meaning of one sentence, you would literally answer the question wrong, because that sentence may be the key sentence to determine which is right and which is wrong, about the option. It has been 20 minutes, so 2 questions. Half right, half wrong. You tell me. Okay guys, I hope you like this video. I hope you can see the horror that is the Korean SAT and grew a new kind of appreciation to the Korean students who are about to take the exam. I would say it's more about logical deduction than anything. It's like, because I read some philosophy books, I have to say they're really similar, but it's just way more unnecessary. So that's about it. Okay, see you next time.